You're listening to the Friends After 40 podcast, where every episode feels like a conversation on your couch with close friends. So grab your coffee or your cocktail and come hang out with us.
I think you sound great.
I think it needs a do-over.
Oh gosh, we should do a do-over though.
Are you going to open the episode?
Welcome. I don't know. Welcome. What are we talking about?
Oh, well, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, click links.
Yeah. Click.
All the things.
God, you were
all
like
the things.
middle-aged. Like, you need to get.
Well, this is okay. Well, here's the thing.
Click
Here's the thing. If you're after 40 and you,
I really don't know.
it's probably like that.
It's like the thing I hear people say, and I'm like, I don't even really know what I'm clicking.
Get the bell
So
notification
I
like-
thing.
He's like, for
I
those
heart.
of you on DOS, you want to press Control, Alt,
Delete.
I like, right? Like I'll get a little heart thing going, but
How about
Beyond that,
if
I'm
you're on the Facebook and you try to click it,
Facebook.
right?
on the Facebook.
And you're like, why isn't it hearting? And it's like, oh, because it's different.
Right.
Yeah.
You also meant to say, welcome to the Friends After 40
Well, welcome to the
podcast.
Friends After 40. I need a little bubble. Welcome to the Friends After 40 podcast.
Hey. Hey.
All right,
Mm.
so today we're going to talk about being contagious
Mm.
And leaving the house?
and going outside
Mm.
without a mask.
Do you do it? Do you do it?
You need dramatic music, right?
Dun, dun,
dun,
dun.
Because we all do it. We've done it. We're still doing it.
Yep.
We did it recently.
Some of us do it at a high level.
Mm.
Shame on us. Shame.
Shame.
Right? Shame. But we all do it. We
Look.
do it at work. We do it on a plane, right? We do it
In the supermarket.
at parties.
Mm-hmm.
Do I go into work sick? I don't. No. I
I've
mean,
gone into work sick.
Listen, I've gone in sick, but not full blown, like, feel horrible. I think that, part of this topic is you have a destination or a place to go and you don't cancel because you're sick.
Well,
Yeah, I was
gonna
say,
well. I
it's
mean, okay. So at what level, right? Is there a barometer? Do I have a fever? I'm not going, right? If I have a cough, is it bad? Of course, if you have COVID, you're not going anywhere, right? But I mean,
can we just pause on that? Did you test to see if you have?
no, because nobody cares anymore.
Of course.
Nobody
Okay.
cares. Nobody cares
Yeah,
about
sure.
COVID
Right, and
anymore.
so-
You're
I
like,
don't
I don't
have
even want to
We
test
are going outside contagious.
Yeah.
We're not even sure what we have.
Nope.
But we're like,
a cold.
I gotta go. Whatever the thing
Yeah.
is, I have to go to this thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, but do you really?
I have to like feel bad, like physically, like
Yeah.
like I can't get out of bed, that
Right.
type of thing, for me to be like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to make it,
Yeah.
or have what's the right way to say you can't make it out of the bathroom, kind of a thing,
Mhm.
right? Like that.
Bubble guts.
Anal leakage.
Yes, right.
Oh.
Or you're
Mm.
vomiting, whatever. Like I have to be, otherwise it's a cold.
Pissing
That's
out
what
the
I've told
wrong hole.
myself.
Yeah.
but I feel like that's what we're doing, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And then we all convince ourselves, we're like, it's just a cold, it's fine. I'll just take
Mhm.
this little medicine and I'm gonna shake it off for a few hours and keep it moving. It's terrible.
I don't know. Okay, so I guess the question is like, you feel bad. Are you still going to that party, right? Now you have the potential to get everybody sick, right? So it's just like, I don't want to miss the party. So
Yeah.
Good luck.
But there's a moral thing
Yeah.
to that, right? There's like, if you know that you are slightly contagious or more than slightly contagious, then you have your moral compass is just like, if you don't need to be there, you don't be there.
mhm.
But people do it anyway.
How do you
this
define
is your
need?
moral compass?
Yeah,
mean, how do you-
right?
how do you
I was
define
gonna
need?
say, did you need
What
to
do you
be at the
mean?
party?
How do you define need? If you
Do
need,
you have to go to the holiday
Right?
party?
I don't
The,
have
maybe.
to,
the
but I want
neighborhood
to.
holiday party. Do you have to go?
maybe.
No.
Oh,
Well, unless
But-
you're playing the music, I don't know.
Right. Okay,
the
so look,
DJ.
if I can't suppress my symptoms, most of them with medicine, like if I'm that sick that I can't kind of hide it, I'm probably gonna be like, I shouldn't go because
I don't think there's hiding
I'm
any
sneezing,
kind of
coughing,
sick.
right?
There is no hiding any kind
There's
of
no
sick.
hiding any kind of sick.
But you can suppress it a little bit.
But what
No?
I can do is say, I'm feeling a little under the weather. I'm not going to kiss you hello and I'm not going to shake your hand.
Yes.
Right? I can do that.
And that happens all the time.
Yes, which is fine.
Does that make you feel better though when someone says that to you?
It does, absolutely, because I'm like, okay, now you put me on notice and I know that I'm not going to stand next to you and I'm going to go over there.
So you don't secretly judge why they even came to begin with?
Listen, they can have their reason. As long as you tell me and I'm aware, I know not to stand too close.
All right, but let's break this down though. So there is the I'm not feeling well. I have something to attend later tonight or tomorrow. Decision, yes or no. I'm now at the place, totally new scenario. I'm at a place and I'm getting sick and I feel it coming. Maybe it just started to happen an hour or two before I got there. You get a little bit of sniffle. Do you start to ride out the party? Because you can tell, your body will tell you like, I feel something. I got the scratch in my throat, the lump, whatever's going on. Do you ride it out?
I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say
Okay.
yeah.
I even did it recently
but then there's the
at
third
work,
one.
too.
There's a third one was the next day you're full blown afterwards.
Yes.
And do you tell anybody? Do you tell anybody now that I wasn't feeling well yesterday?
Okay.
How were you feeling?
So right after COVID, when COVID was like
at the peak,
and you couldn't really tell if someone had a cold or a flu, I would take a test just in the event that if I was around you and I didn't know I had it and then I got sick, I would take the test.
Wait, which segment are you talking about? Which scenario?
So
scenario
the
1, 2, or 3?
Your scenario. So I go to
1,
a
2, or 3.
place.
You're feeling a little sick.
But
and you
I
go
don't start to
home.
really feel symptomatic until I'm at the event.
Okay, so scenario 2.
Right? And then next day, now I'm full blown. I'm clearly sick. I don't know what I have.
Yeah.
Right.
Shortly after COVID, Janine would have taken a COVID test.
Right.
To at least say, if I test positive,
I'm going to let everyone
tell
know.
these people, right? Yes.
But now I don't think.
Now a few years out, I kind of got away from that.
Now it's
and
just
I wouldn't say anything. I would just go home and be sick.
Now, if it was a work event,
it happened to me at work.
Would you communicate the next day? This is a dumb question because they ask the question, you shall receive the answer. So you would let everybody know. You would actually go get a COVID test or tell them, I didn't get a COVID test last night's corporate party, but I'm feeling a little weird today. Just a heads up.
So I'm going to tell you as recent as like, when did we go to Denver? Three weeks ago? I literally was in the office. So I had like this dry cough the night before when I was home, but I felt fine. When I got to work the next day, I was like, uh-oh. I felt it come over me, right? Like the symptoms, I couldn't stop coughing. My nose was running and I was like, I'm clearly sick, right? And people heard me because I couldn't stop coughing. And I was drinking water and trying to do things to like minimize. And people are like, are you sick? And I'm like, yeah, I'm coming down. Did I leave? No. Did I take a COVID test? No. I came home and took some medicine. I was more concerned about our trip, honestly. I was like, because we had to do so much stuff when we got there. I was more worried about that than I was about my coworkers at the moment.
Right. I mean,
what kind of moral compass is that?
I don't know. I mean,
is that bad?
Illness isn't taking people out like it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I think, and when you have that in mind, it's not. When you're sick, it doesn't feel like a thing like it did 3 years ago.
Is it because it's less self-reported?
I think it's
so.
because it's
Part
just
of
not
it.
taking
The
people
media
out
is
like
not
it did.
all over it?
Yeah. It doesn't have the same stigma, I think. And I don't hear people saying, "Oh, I'm out with COVID." Like I have COVID. You know, I don't think anyone is
well,
is really.
Those guidelines have been removed. It's not like you can't just stay out of work for 2
no,
weeks
but I mean,
because you
even
had COVID.
just out of, hey, coworker or hey, friend who I was talking to for 20 minutes last night at this party.
Close talking?
Right? Close talking. I hugged and kissed you.
Oh, man.
You know, I didn't know at the time, right?
My favorite is when we're about to shake hands and we're like, I know I wiped my nose. I'm reaching for it. So-and-so's hand, and it's like, Oh, I probably
Mhm.
shouldn't have done that
Mhm.
handshake.
No, I don't do that.
No,
While
see,
you're looking.
I'm
That's the
very
moral
aware.
compass I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I
won't do
mean-
that.
No, I'm very
won't do
aware.
that.
I
Not
stay with hand
intentionally.
sanitizer. I don't know.
What
I
is
don't
the
think
eyebrow
everybody.
raise?
I
You're
don't
about
think
to out me
everybody
on
thinks that
something.
way. I think
Look,
there are people that are just like
This eyebrow raise is because you are Typhoid Mary.
a what?
Typhoid Mary.
Type what?
She will carry a disease and spread it.
Jesus.
What?
What? I've
So-
never
intentionally.
never
So-
heard of that.
I've never heard of that. Type.
Janine will be like, well, maybe it's just in the house. She's like, hey, baby. Hey. He's like touching your face.
That's
like,
me. I'll be full on sick and I go to like. I try to go make out with my wife. I'll be full
Hell
on
no.
sick and give her kisses. And she's like, she sees me coming and she's like,
Oh no, I have put on a full stop. Like, where are you going? Sit on the other side of the couch.
oh yeah.
Don't do no. We're sleeping like separate. I'm
Like
yes.
Lisa still quarantines in her own way.
I
Mhm.
do.
When
she
there's
should.
if someone a slight cough,
Uh-huh.
a hiccup will give her the heebie-jeebies.
It
Mhm.
does. I think
Why, what's
getting
wrong with you?
getting
Mhm.
What'd you do?
older, it has and going through that whole COVID stage,
Mhm.
it has really made me more aware.
Mhm.
I mean, like, I'm an asthmatic. I have to
Oh,
take
yeah.
medication every day.
And you said the last time you were sick, it was bad.
Yeah, I'm still like recovering
Mhm.
from the beginning of
Mhm.
because somebody got me sick.
Give me a kiss.
Come here, baby.
Yeah, and he doesn't understand that the effects linger for me longer.
Yeah.
So
'Cause you're asthmatic, yeah.
because of that. So he may be done with his, and I'm still a month out, and I'm still have to take medication because
Yeah.
I'm still sick, and so that's why I'm very hyper aware when you are sick, and I say, don't come near me because I know that it's gonna last much longer for me, and then I just don't like feeling that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm more aware.
I'm sorry, baby.
Or whatever.
We recently went out for my birthday to
Mhm.
dinner, and I got sick on my birthday.
You had the sniffles.
And
Yeah, but wait. So your birthday was on a Thursday this year. We went out to dinner Saturday. So by Saturday he was full blown
Mm.
Contagious.
contagious outside.
left the house.
Yeah,
I
he
left
was
the house
contagious and
contagious.
outside. Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep. And
Listen, if it was up to me, I probably would have just stayed home.
Yeah.
it wasn't up to you.
If it was so many people involved, I felt like not going out was letting people down. I felt like not going out was like canceling an evening on someone, and I hate for people to make plans and cancel them on me. So
I had a feeling
Um,
that's
That's what it
your
was.
MO was that night. I was like,
Right.
he's
Yeah.
pushing through
Yeah.
out of for everybody else.
Yeah. He
Well,
was
Not for
medicated.
himself.
Well, we
Yeah.
can say that about you too, because you had said that you were gonna play music for your son's party, and I was like, you don't feel well. And he's like, I
Yeah,
gotta
you
go.
were pretty sick.
Because the last time it was your party, and he
was sick.
He
Yeah.
actually
Had
had
COVID.
COVID,
Right.
Yeah.
COVID, yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this again." I'm like,
So
"I'm
he
gonna
did
let
not
them
go outside contagious.
Oh no, he missed that party.
He missed
but
it,
yeah.
he wanted to show up with COVID.
Yeah. So I think it was
Uh.
more of a I can't let them down again kind of thing. So I'm gonna show up. But we put you in the corner and I gave you hand sanitizer.
We put him in the corner, and you know what we're gonna do for the people who watch the podcast. We're gonna show you where he ended up. We're gonna show you where he ended up. He ended up in a small room
Mm-hmm.
DJing. A small crowded room
Yeah. Because everyone followed
DJing
him.
for the party.
Yep.
So
Let
that's
me look. It felt like Hoboken.
Spreading
You
them
know?
germs.
Spreading them
But-
germs.
that and it was a great time. You did a wonderful job.
Yeah. I
even
mean, but how many
though-
people
even
got
though you were
sick?
sick,
I'm not
Maybe-
sure I got sick
I think
from
it was just
James.
me.
I don't think I got
I don't
sick
know
from
because I
James.
got sick. It was almost 2 weeks later, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure it was you. But I'm going to tell you, the people that really have me on guard, it's not y'all. It's the people I work with little kids
Mm-hmm.
because they get the nastiest bugs.
Yep. Pink eye.
So I don't touch their
stomach
desk.
bugs.
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like you. I'm like, did you just cough? No, no.
Well, little kids
Stand-
are outbreak babies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they carry a new disease every other week.
Yes. And I don't want it.
You had said that the other day, right? What did you said?
God,
you
what
made a
did I say?
comment. Do you remember?
I don't.
All right. Maybe
About
it'll
kids
come
and their
back to
germs.
us.
Yeah.
You said something
So-
about the kids.
Do you remember when Ramon used to see COVID?
I see it too.
What do you mean see COVID?
couldn't
What
see it.
what does that mean? You were able to see COVID?
They would walk by kids coughing.
Yep, and you just
Ramon would
see
be
all
like,
the
oh,
germ
no, that one
particles
has
and
COVID.
all.
Oh my
You
God.
see all of it. All of it.
Yo, I can
Lisa
see
and I,
it.
we were standing outside. We were in Florida this week. And we this dude was probably a block away, by the way. He was at least a block away. And it's so weird that Lisa and I caught it at the same time. For
The-
some reason, we
The
happened to be
sneeze.
looking up, right?
Uh-huh.
We looked up the street because we were standing at a traffic light waiting so we can go across the street to the pool. And because we went to a different pool at a different hotel because our hotel pool didn't have sunlight.
Yeah.
So-
This is crap.
So we'll get to that in a
a
later
different
part of the
episode.
story. We hacked our way into another hotel
Yeah.
pool.
Oh, my God.
But up the street, this guy, I don't know, we just happened to be looking at the same time, but this
Yeah.
guy sneezed.
And you could see everything come
And
out
I'm
of his
talking
mouth.
about
Disgusting.
Cha.
like
Mm.
And
out
we
into
just
the
looked
air.
at each other. We were
And
like,
Lisa and I, he was at least, I kid you not, a half a city block away
mm-mm.
where Lisa and I spotted this. And we just happened to be looking at him at the same
You
time.
said
And
contagious.
the
Yes.
stuff that flew, it was loud and it was like a cloud of
Yeah.
mist.
Yes.
That
That's
was,
disgusting.
He just sent an outbreak into the world.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So yes.
So what
when
did you guys
say-
do when you saw that?
Oh no.
We did this. We looked at each other like, oh.
I was like, oh my God, hurry up, cross.
And we were half a block away and we were still like,
Skiing
let's get the
together.
hell out of here.
Have
Yeah.
you ever seen somebody like looking like they're sick and maybe cough or sneeze, and when you walk past them, hold your breath?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
all the
Oh,
time.
do one of these.
100%.
I'm like,
Yeah. Yes. Let me tell you, I went to the supermarket this morning.
Oh, don't even.
I turned down an aisle to get sugar. There was one person in the aisle. And I was at the end of his sneeze and he did not cover his mouth.
Oh,
I
hell
think because he
no.
thought he was in the aisle alone. And he was, right? But I needed that sugar. So I held my, because he's coming this way, right? We're facing opposite. Girl, I held my breath. I was like, where is it? Held my breath, ran in, got it, and left. But
It
yeah.
happened
Humans
to
are
me in the
nasty.
supermarket as well.
That's- if
But
you
the guy
sneeze
had
like-
a mask on, and he was
Ugh.
coughing in that mask.
But
and
the
I
mask,
was like,
the mask
"Ugh."
holds it in. I don't
Yeah.
care.
It's
Yeah.
still gross.
I don't
that's-
care.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, but what
I
about his
appreciate
hands?
the mask though.
He's
I
touching
appreciate
everything.
it. Ugh.
I was like, nope, I don't want that button.
Maybe it's a mask. Now,
Oh boy.
has there been a time where you were contagious and you left the house knowing you were contagious?
Yes.
She's
Say
real
that again.
quick.
Yes.
So you just made all the people sick.
Guys, it wasn't on purpose.
Did you need to be out there?
Well,
I'm
is
gonna
there
say yes.
Okay.
I don't
so
remember.
so is there reason what would be a reason that would drive you to leave the house contagious?
You mean outside of
What?
like I have to catch a flight or something like
no,
that?
no, no,
Right?
including that.
Oh, well, that was one. To and from home, right? Because
Yeah,
one
contagious
time
on a plane.
I went to a
Ooh, that's
conference,
hot
got
box
sick
right
at the
there.
conference, needed to come home, right? Do you remember that? A
I
few
don't
years
remember
ago,
that. I
I got
remember
really
that.
sick at a conference.
she
And
got
of
the
course, the day,
neurovirus.
I think it was neurovirus, the day I had to come home, I was a hot
Mhm.
mess.
Oh, geez.
Hot. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Lisa and I coming
That was
back from
crazy.
Nashville,
Ugh.
right? We hung out for a weekend in Nashville and I ended up catching COVID
Mm.
towards the end of the week.
James, how many
And-
times have you had COVID?
Three
It's a lot.
times.
It's
a
a
lot.
lot.
Yep.
And by the time it was over and we were on the flight, so I had a mask on.
Uh-huh.
Inside the mask, I had tissue stuffed in both nostrils
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
because it was one of those. I don't want to describe it, but it's just
Yeah, it was bad.
coming down. I didn't have enough tissues. It was trying to like quietly blow my nose so no one's looking behind the seats and watching you. And all I could feel is Lisa's side eye.
Yep. He's not lying because I'm just like,
You want to talk about? You want to like? You don't feel good already. Stuff is happening, but you know what's
He's
burning a
alright.
hole in your face?
yep.
Is my wife's eyes.
I'm like, go
Like,
to the bathroom.
In
Go to the bathroom.
infrared burning on the side of my face to the point where I'm like, you want to feel bad? Just have Lisa sit
But you
next
didn't
to
get
you.
sick?
I did when we got
yeah.
home.
Oh, you got
she
COVID.
totally
Yes.
caught it.
Yes.
When we got home. He
Oh,
had it while
man.
there. So I went down to meet him, blah, blah, blah. Get there, and I'm like, you don't look so good, right? Second day, full blown. I was like, here we go again. I feel like every time there's either you or me, they get sick when we go out. And I'm just like, I'm going to stop doing these business trips with you because this is just crap. So then I'm like, door dashing medicine, masks, all the things, right? And, you know, he feels bad. He's like, oh, she came out. So where do we go? To the bar, right?
What would you naturally
you
do?
What would you have us do? I mean, what else would you have us do?
Hey, what's the male equivalent of Typhoid Mary? Huh? Huh?
Typhoid Harry.
We gotta call him jeans.
Because his ass sat at the bar. Okay.
Yes.
Listen,
And I'm looking at him and I'm like, you know, you're getting everybody sick at this bar.
Everybody.
He's like,
Sorry.
no. To my defense, I was gonna say credit, but that would be the wrong choice of words.
Yes.
To my defense, we grabbed our drink and we went out to the balcony where there was no one else.
Okay.
right.
And
But then
you
it
were
got
outside.
crowded. Then it got crowded.
And it got crowded, and we would move to different sections.
Yeah.
Yep.
We would stay away from people.
But I felt like everybody kept following us. I don't know what
Yeah.
it was.
But that's how you got sick.
Yeah, what happened to your moral compass then?
Yeah.
I drank through it.
It's like I'm in Memphis.
He said, I
My
drank.
compass malfunctioned
He said,
the minute we had a couple of drinks and a great band
Alcoholic.
came on.
messes up the magnetic effect
Yeah,
of
right.
your
It
moral
doesn't make it that
compass.
bad. You know, alcohol takes away COVID. Yeah.
I mean, it was Nashville. It was like it was bound to happen,
Oh,
Was
geez.
it?
and you just can't escape it. And we stayed at the Moxie, and I don't know if you've ever stayed at a Moxie hotel, but this one in Nashville was super. It was a shoebox.
It was so
Mm.
small.
So if you were to stay in your room, it's like the equivalent of a luxurious solitary confinement.
you
That's how I
could
would
see all
describe
the
it.
COVID, Ramon. All the COVID
All
was
of it.
everywhere.
Yeah.
The
It's just
clouds were
COVID
everywhere.
in the air.
Just COVID in the air, like
Like,
mist.
Yeah.
full of COVID. This room
Mist.
is full of COVID.
Listen, so we only went out that one day, but it was a long day. So I'm
was
sure
a
you
long day.
had like half of Nashville sick by the next day. But yeah.
Mm.
My wife gave me COVID.
She probably did.
Where did you give it to me?
When?
Where?
That wasn't COVID. Because again, we didn't take a test. But we were very, very sick in Europe. That was another one. The day before at work, it came over me and I was like, oh no. So on the way home, I ran to the drugstore, got medication, got, cough drops because
Just not a COVID test.
not a COVID test. Because I honestly, and this is gonna sound
she did.
terrible.
Yep. Mhm,
This
go
is
ahead.
gonna sound terrible.
But if you don't know, right?
We had exactly. I didn't want to know because we had this trip, and I was like, if I know that I have COVID, it's gonna change
Yeah.
everything,
The dynamic would change
Yeah.
entirely.
everything. So I didn't want to know,
Right.
and which was terrible. But so I go, I buy the medicine.
Put in the comments if that's ever happened to
and
you.
it turned into what felt like a bad cold. Because the first time we had COVID, it felt more like a flu. Like
Mhm.
we were in bed. This wasn't that. This was like a bad cold. But the thing is, whenever I get a cold, I get a cough.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm loud on the plane, right?
Mm.
I can't stop hacking. The cough drops are not doing it. I'm super congested. Like you could hear,
Right.
I sounded congested. Like I was, yeah. So who's to my left is my son, and who's to my right on the plane, my husband, right? And my son never got sick,
Mm-hmm.
but this one got sick, but he didn't get sick right away. I want to say as it was ending for me, that's when it
came.
kicked in. So I want to say like the first 3 or 4 days in, I was sick, but it kind of went like this and then tapered off. And then where I Then he got it, and it was bad.
It was
Mm.
It was
yeah, It was
bad.
bad, and
Yeah.
it's bad. It's bad if you get sick
Oh, because what we
outside of the
didn't
U.S.
know,
Yeah.
we didn't know that when you were at your worst, we were in Paris, and their drugstores are not like, the medication is not as strong as ours. It's almost homeopathic equivalent.
Okay.
And I learned it in Paris. So I went there. I spoke to
There's no Mucinex in Paris.
No
It's
Sudafed, no
There is
Mucinex.
no, it's like there's no alcohol in
NyQuil.
there.
There
Yes,
is- there's-
it's very
There's no
mild.
Uh,
And the pharmacist told me, because I asked her,
Theraflu. There's no
and she
Theraflu in
looked
Paris.
at me and she said, "Listen, it's not the equivalent of what you get at home."
Mhm.
She said, "This is the strongest one I have." And how good did that work?
0.
It did not work. So
He was so.
I want to say,
miserable. I was
and
like,
I think I know when I got this illness.
when
We were on a tour bus on our way to Stonehenge, and my wife, and
I was miserable then too.
and I love you. I love you.
I was on
I love
Dayquil.
you.
The Dayquil helped a
you,
lot
You cough,
with that.
and sometimes you cough, and there's nothing covering your mouth.
Because when you're coughing so much, you can't even. Sometimes, like, it's just coming over you. It's like like you're having a coughing attack, right? And so sometimes it's like I can't even get my arm up fast enough before it's out. And I think he he caught some of
We
that.
had this tour guide, this lovely lady. She probably was in her late 60s. She did a wonderful job
She
on
sure
that tour.
did.
She's
So
probably dead now,
nice.
Janine.
My
No,
wife
she's fine.
potentially
because we sat right behind her.
hospitalized her.
She didn't. She was fine.
Potentially
fine, guys.
hospitalized
It was
her.
fine.
I mean, we'll never know because I haven't seen her after that. But she sat in the seat in front of us, and she got a lot of the blunt of that. But I think that was the moment, and in that moment, we were there. We were there with some friends, and our friends had Dayquil,
I took the Dayquil.
and you took the Dayquil,
Yes.
and they said, "Here, take
Oh.
the Dayquil with you."
Yes.
And we were like, Janine's not going to take it anymore. Just take it with you. And then I got sick.
because Janine doesn't like to swallow large
I
pills.
know.
And then I
But
got
they
sick.
were gel. They was fine.
And
Okay.
there was
still
I
horse
took it.
pills though.
Yeah.
I felt like I
So
was
he
in
regretted
hell.
not taking the Dayquil with us
yeah.
because the friends flew home,
Mm.
right? And we still had like
Wait, you're not explaining
8
it right.
days left.
You're not explaining it right. You're
and
not
he had
explaining
no
it right.
real
I
medication.
felt like I was in hell. But before I got to hell, someone gave me a large glass of water.
They offered it.
And then
you
I
said
said,
no.
I don't need this water. And then I went to hell.
Ugh.
That's exactly what
yeah.
happened. I remember we were in Paris. We was in this restaurant. I could not stop coughing. I was sick as a dog the
Oh,
entire
jeez.
time.
Oh.
I was spreading COVID
and
through
you're-
Paris.
And you're in Paris, so you're like, there's no way that I'm going back to my room,
Right.
I did
Yeah.
not.
right? Because you've dropped the
No,
coin.
and
Isolate.
You brought the whole
we
family.
were out. I mean, when I tell you we were out,
and you're
we
like,
were
you're
getting
doing it.
20,000 steps in every day. It was we
Mhm.
were out. We were on foot. We
I
were
was
on
in
public
every-
transportation. We were in public.
I was in all the public. I was in all the public. All the public you could
We
be
were with
in.
all
I
the
was in all the
tourists. All
public.
of
I was
them.
in. Hey, if you were on the Eiffel Tower, I forgot what day. I might have gave you
You probably
COVID.
shouldn't say what day.
What day, but I might have gave you COVID.
It wasn't COVID. It was a cold.
And
It was a very bad cough.
I was and I was holding it in, and we was in open space, but I was still doing all the things, experiencing all the experiences. I mean, we went to the top of the Eiffel Tower and had champagne and,
outside, so it was fine.
See,
but-
you're fine.
But yeah, it was fine.
sick as a dog.
Yeah.
So you just need a redo, is what I'm hearing.
The nights were rough. The days were okay
The nights because
you're
you know
busy.
you're
The nights were rough.
congested, the coughing
Um,
and all
and it
that
was
stuff.
n-
And
it
he
was-
didn't have the proper medication to
it
get him
was
through, so he wasn't
nothing
sleeping
to-
well.
Right.
It was all of that. It was
Mhm.
just
It was
compounded.
bad.
But it was
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't,
I had a
know.
fever.
What
Did you
are
die?
you supposed to
I had a fever. I
But
had a
did you
fever.
die?
No, I had a fever
See,
though.
you're fine.
It's fun. I was.
I'm like, what was I supposed to do? What do you do?
You did nothing. You did nothing.
Okay,
I was
well,
like-
I'm going to tell
I was
you.
like, she slept.
Listen.
You know what she did?
What?
She slept well.
Not in the beginning. Not in the beginning. He forgets that I was sick too.
I was like,
Listen,
we were
listen.
in Paris, and I you know when you break the sweat,
Yeah.
I mean you break the break the fever, and,
Yeah.
and you start to sweat.
Yeah.
I had the sheets soaked
He
on
did.
my side.
Oh.
You did.
I couldn't even sleep in it. It was so
Yeah,
wet.
but you act like I wasn't just as sick before you.
No, that's not what I'm
just
saying. What
complained
I'm
less.
saying is I had to. I sat
He's
at
like, it's not your turn. It's not
I
your
sat,
turn.
I sat at the edge of the bed.
We should have a whole thing about that.
Well, Janine was like
men
this.
being sick versus women.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but you missed a night when we were in Belgium, and I literally slept sitting up while you slept just fine because I could not. The congestion was so
Couldn't breathe,
bad.
yeah.
I couldn't breathe.
You know what? You know what?
Tell me.
You know what?
We're gonna go
You
tit
know
for
what?
tat. Let's do this.
We're not gonna go tip for tat.
Oh shit.
What we're gonna say is because I'm gonna drop the mic.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
You brought that there with us.
But I asked, what was I supposed to do? Okay, so
Take a COVID test and cancel. You're supposed to stay
no, no,
home
no, no, no,
while the
let-
rest of
no,
us
no, 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 no.
while the rest of us went to Europe.
No, so what you left a key thing out this last time you got sick. So we got you a prescription for Z-Pack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it.
Okay, so because
You didn't take it?
people
Wait, you
need to
declined the
people need to
Z-Pack?
know
I
this.
took it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so remember his birthday was Thursday. We
Yeah.
went out Saturday.
Mhm.
When we got your prescription Saturday,
We got it Saturday morning.
but you didn't take it till
I didn't
Sunday
take
because you
it
knew
till
you were going to
Sunday
drink.
because I was
He
gonna
only
have a
took it
glass
for
of
2
wine.
days. So day 1, you take 2 pills.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And each day following, you take 1. He
Now,
made it
if
3
you ever
pills.
read the back of the box on a Z-Pack and you read the side effects,
He had them.
I had all of them.
All of them. Stomach ache, diarrhea.
Oh.
Well,
So that's not
I
good
had
for
all of
you.
them.
No.
I had all of the side
based
effects.
on the pill or based on your
The pills.
sickness?
No, the
No, it
pills
was
made him
the-
sick.
it was
the
the-
side
The
effects.
side effects.
Oh, interesting.
I
Yeah.
got them all. Headache. I got them
Headache.
all.
Yeah.
I had
He was
each-
like, my head is killing me. And I said, let me look this up.
Yeah.
And when I read it, and I was like, headache, diarrhea, dizziness,
Interesting.
I
So
had
you can't
every
take that.
side
upset
effect
stomach.
on the back of the box.
And he
I was
was
like, I feel worse.
yeah, he did. He felt worse.
So
God.
those
So he had a
2
really bad
nights
reaction
were really
to
bad.
it. But yeah, we tried. I
Mm.
tried.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah, so no Z-Packs for me.
no.
But yeah, so you left the house knowing that you were contagious. You left the house contagious, and then you took it to another country. So really, what you did was,
Bad.
Mhm.
Super spreader.
and you spread it to me. I remember
Typhoid
one night
Mary.
we were in this restaurant. And I couldn't. You ever have a cough and you try your hardest not to do it?
Yeah, you just got to do it. You just
It's
got to
like
cough.
Yeah, you gotta let it out.
torture. It's
Yeah.
torture. And it was torture. I was trying my hardest not to cough. And when you suppress it for so long, it just makes it worse at the end.
Yep.
So I left outside of the restaurant and I was hacking up a lung.
Ugh.
First I went into the bathroom. I hacked up a lung. Then people started coming in the bathroom, so I went outside and then I took a walk. But you know what the Parisians never did?
What?
They never looked at me.
They didn't give you side eye?
They just
James,
they just kept on.
the last 10 seconds of him talking, please play some violin music in the
Oh.
background.
Shots.
Okay, I mean that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead. Play the violins.
Shots.
I'm fine. I'm
Shots
fine with the violins.
I wish I had
fired.
the.
I'm fine with the violins.
Shots
And you know what?
fired. Is it going to be
I
the
mean-
smallest violin? Is it going to be the smallest violin ever?
I mean, I don't have a violin. Can I just play some music? Just play music while you're like complaining about your sickness.
Oh, so he's
You
just
know
gonna
what?
cut him out?
It's really a complaint about how my wife got
Typhoid
me
Mary?
sick.
Yeah.
How Typhoid Mary.
Okay.
Typhoid Mary.
Please, I've never heard
I've
of
never
that.
heard of this
Bread.
typhoid anything.
Spread her contagion
Mm.
throughout Europe and to her husband.
But
Because
did you
she didn't care.
die?
Did you exactly?
Can we just
did
go
you
back?
die? You
Did you
didn't.
die?
Count your blessings.
Look, you're still here
You
to
know
talk
what?
about it.
Hey, you know what? Some circumstances make you wish you did.
Oh, that's
And
a
on
very
that
strong
note-
statement.
I wish,
And on
I
that
wish-
note,
I wish I did.
Oh, we're going to cut that out.
That's right. And on that note, Janine,
Janine.
why don't you take us out?
And on that note, please, what?
Listen, if you're new to the channel,
like you're supposed to do the wrap
Click.
up.
You're supposed to. What's the
if
thing?
you're
Because I'm
new
gonna
to
get
the
it wrong.
channel,
She's like,
like
"Say
my
it,
wife
wait,
said,
Wait, is it click,
like my
subscribe?
wife said, clickety click.
And clackety clack.
Clickety click.
Get
Take
on
your-
that plane.
Hey, take your mice. If you have a mice,
Mice.
if you have a mice,
Listen,
you want to
you
click.
gotta clickety
You want to
click.
clickety click.
Like the likes, get the
You want to
thumbs up.
clickety click with the
And
likey
the
likes.
ding ding.
Subscribe.
And
What's
the
in the
ding
ding
dings.
dings?
Five
Yes.
hearts.
Ding dings.
The ding
5
dings.
hearts.
And she said, and do the ding dings.
Do the
Ding
ding
dings.
dings.
And 5 hearts.
Yeah.
No,
5 hearts, all the
but
hearts.
if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you made it to the end,
I
then
know,
you heard
right?
this. So please, I mean, at least like and subscribe. And
Yes.
if you're listening,
Do not
on
go outside
anywhere-
contagious.
Yes.
oh my God, yes, please
Don't
don't go
do a
outside
Janine.
contagious. Don't pull
Don't
a
be a
Janine.
typhoid
Hey,
Mary
and we're gonna
or
coin that.
typhoid
Harry.
Harry. Typhoid Harry. He's a dirty
Dirty
Harry.
Dirty Harry. Don't be a dirty Harry.
Don't be
do
a
that.
dirty
Don't
Harry.
do that.
if you're listening on anywhere you get your podcasts, please give us some likes. Really appreciate that.
Right.
Yes. Thanks,
And on that
guys.
note, see you guys.
Later.